because I am. I just came from playing some basketball. I just came from hooping. Just finding my center, mellowing out before I get some water, breathing, sharing some thoughts, and being still. And that's what this video is about, being still. The yin principle and the yang principle, and transcending both of them, becoming both of them at once, and residing within a higher jurisdiction of self-sovereignty, authority of self. You know what I mean? You vibrate at a higher pitch. So that way you're able to align yourself with the supreme forces of nature and receive the necessary nourishment for your growth and your spiritual development, spirituality, so to speak. So to not speak. Because true spirituality is not about speaking. It's not about ego projecting and just vomiting and doing mental gymnastics to try to justify certain means. It's about true scientific method, true science, observing things for what they are naturally and coming up with concrete, what's the word I want to use? Concrete. And see, this is why it's fuck speaking, because it's like, it's so much indoctrination and the use of words itself in terms of, like, especially English coming from the old French, coming from the fucking Latin, which is a bastardized, broken language. It was a concocted language made up of a whole bunch of different Greek, Egyptian, all kinds of shit. And it's like, it was based off the premise of, like, there's a lot of adverb-verb illusion, and a lot of words don't have a lot of different meanings. So, that's why I try not to speak too much. Like, I keep my videos relatively short. Like, most of my videos are about 8 minutes, which to some people might seem long. But it's like, when you allow your higher faculties, it becomes less of a problem for how long you can concentrate and draw information. So, I mean, like, speaking less is a good thing. You want to give your jaw muscles a break, man, because it's like, we overdo it, with everything naturally as humans in this current state. We overindulge a lot, and the reason why it's not good is because most of the times it's over useless shit, over bullshit and crap and distractions and geopolitics and sports and all this nonsense. And not to shit on sports, because I play sports, I hoop, I play basketball, I play football, or soccer, as you would call it in America. And it's like, you can do that. Yeah, you can do any fucking thing you want, bro. Don't ever let nobody tell you you can't do nothing. Like, you can do whatever, but you have to be willing to accept the responsibility. You have to be willing to respond to the stimuli. You know what I mean? So everything you're doing, know the consequences. That's what the Vedics were trying to tell you. They were trying to tell you, yo, you live in a realm of fucking spirits and everything just moving around, and it's like, you wanna give respect and reverence to the little things, because the little things make the big things. How would you put me onto that? Yeah, you put me onto that. The little things make up the big things, and it's very deep and it's very profound, because it's like, you learn to appreciate the natural subtle energies, and they recognize the truth that you speak and be, and they align themselves with you, and you become in alignment with nature. You know what I mean? And at that point, you're speaking and being truth, and nothing can harm you. You're already protected. You don't gotta worry about nothing. Yeah, so fuck words, man. Words were made for you to trip off yourself in fucking court so you can lose and they can do what they want with you. That's what a lawyer is. Like, I know, like, I'm speaking in comical fashion, but we deal with science on this channel. We don't stray away from that. We're infinite. So it's like, that's what a lawyer is. A lawyer is an interpreter. He interprets the law for you, because because I like to speak in third person, because I didn't read and I didn't do it for myself. I didn't know myself at the time, but now that I know myself, I cannot be tricked by fictitious bullshit and fake language, and because It's a that's the real conspiracy. And like people walk around use the term conspiracy theorist and they don't know the real etymology of that word and how it became popularized and because it really was just a mental psyop, like a mind trick, a mind fuck on everyone by the CIA. Like they popularized the term conspiracy theory, conspiracy theorist back in the time of the JFK assassination to justify all of the so-called conspiracy theories. But conspiracy in legal terms just means a plot to commit a crime, criminal activity. And the government are really the conspirators. And they try to label people who use critical thinking and critical analysis as conspiracy theorists because they find the loopholes in their plot. And if you do your due diligence and you do your research, proper research into the legal system, into universal law and what they can and cannot do, then nothing can touch you. Nothing can touch me because I know myself and I am in alignment with truth and my highest good at all times. That's what life is, the ebb and flow of life. Transcending the dualities, realizing that good and bad are just what they are. They're there. They're actually complements to each other because everything is an infinite learning experience from the infinite creator. Which you are, which is you, which is me for me. Because this is my universe and I do what I want here. And, I bring joy and happiness to everyone around me. And, that's the goal. If there is a goal. Why would I want to put a goal for myself? Like, that's why sports is so corrupted. Everybody's chasing the goal. The goal. Everybody's trying to win. That's the magic. Yo, I'm so fucking tired of this magic, bro. Like, I feel it in my cells that, like, this is the magic that's been enforced on my ancestors and, like, to just inflict a self-induced, cyclical, karmic cycle of just repeating this loop. Like, this is why you have so many people who act the same way, who do the same shit, or have this exact same interest, and it's like, there's no more originality, no more creativity. Everyone's right brain is dead, and it's like, nobody can tune into Primal Supreme. Well, let me not say that. Everyone can, and will. But it's like, they choose not to because we choose not to. Because I'm guilty of it myself, I'm gonna be honest. Because in everything you do, you need to have, like, I can't put into words how important it is to be in the now at all times, because it's a infinite revelation of just like your power and greatness as a god or goddess. You know what I mean? Just appreciating the creation that you were a part of creating. You're never separate from. You are source. You are infinite source. And you have the right to experience your higher faculties, such as wisdom and euphoria, and that's what life is. It's infinite learning and an infinite dance of infinite moves of just enjoying yourself. That's what spirit is. Spirit is animation, animating. This body is a vessel. You feel me? It's a physical vessel. You have layers to this reality, layers to things, and it's like on the spiritual layer, your spirit, is that's all I can say. Don't let nobody ever try to tell you who you are or what you're doing, because like that's the joy of life. You think that animals care about what other people think about them when they walking all over the roads and coming all into the cities, and they're operating at their pitch. They're operating in accordance to nature and their highest self. But we as man, we glorify self-degradation and ignorance and disalignment with the false self, the false ego, which is not of us directly, but is of us ultimately. That's all I'm saying. It's like, once you become in alignment with your true nature, then you're already protected by all of your ancestors, because your ancestors are within you always at all times, and you can tap into all of them and all of any experience of this earth. This earth is the grid, the interconnected flower of life, web of life. It's Eden, it's paradise, and that's the importance of the now, of remaining in the now and remaining focused for your highest good. because naturally you will just get the upgrades. You will get over whatever it is by not tripping on it, because this is how the subconscious mind communicates, through symbolism and through it's playful. That's that right brain feminine energy, the mind, the matrix, the matrix. She plays with you, she teases you, she sends in energy in the form of people, and she is all that is, the material, and you know what I mean. So she shows you signs and symbols that you're doing the right things or you're on the right path, and you know, it's up to you to recognize that and see the importance of every decision in every day, because you know, and it's important to water your garden, you know, water your mental faculties, you know, identify aspects of your being that could be to your detriment or that could be to your advantage, and integrating it to further to spread the wisdom, you know, because that's what it's all about, sharing. And if you try to be selfish, anytime I'm selfish, everything because it's a difference. You can be happy without selfishness, and that form of happiness is the ultimate. Nothing can no word, nothing can stop that. Like you can for real just sit back and just look at your life and appreciate everything and everyone, and just appreciate your life, and you get a rush of euphoria that's like no drug can give you. But unfortunately, we're so fragmented and distracted that we don't align with that, and we align with the falsehood, the matrix, which is teasing us to see if we can attain wisdom and transcend the dualities of the false existence. And if you align with the false existence, you play the fool. And the great mother, she's gonna whoop that ass. That's what your mama did to you. You don't listen, you get punished. And punishment, it's a self-induced punishment, because you don't have to get punished. You know what I mean? But we choose to get punished, to punish ourselves, which is bullying yourself. When you're too hard on yourself, when you don't apply grace, mercy, compromise to yourself, you can't do it to other people, because all you know is how you would treat yourself. You would treat people exactly how you treat yourself. So if you're sour and you're not willing to even listen, you know, that's something that I had to realize myself. It's like you got to be open to all wisdom, you know, because if you close yourself to wisdom, you're playing dangerously, because now the matrix is going to reinforce the lesson as needed, and it manifests in the form of circumstances and situations, and things happen to people, and they think they're hexed and they're cursed, and you just hex yourself with your own self-limitation. You don't recognize the laws of nature and the laws of self, and you align with falsehood, and then you degrade. You go through hell, because it's only in this life is just happy and sad, and like every other word is just used to describe happy and sad, or you're jealous, or you're anxious, or you're this, or those are just other words for sad. And it's like you tune your pitch, you tune your frequency, you decide where you want to vibrate. You know, things happen for you, and everything has a cosmic purpose and reason. Like, this is why, like, karma exists and it doesn't exist. Like, karma as we think it is bullshit, but cosmic karma is real. Like, everything you gave is gonna come back to you. A bird just flew right past me, so yeah. And that's just life, sharing. You have to be willing to share, because this is how you give. There's no separation. It's a mirror. When you give someone, you give yourself. Cosmic rules. I don't make the rules. It's the universe. It's me. This is me pushing me to advancing me. You know what I mean? So I'm not really worried about anything ever. Fear is what hurts you. Fear is confusion, frustration, which stems from frustration. Frustration and confusion. And it's just like you allow that to override, and it literally cripples your mental faculties. When you're stressed, your body releases chemicals that block your higher faculties of proper cognition. So now you can't think straight. You're in fight or flight mode because your beliefs have been challenged, and you need to protect that piece of yourself that you want to continue masquerading as. So it's like, it's an interesting time because we're coming back to an age of philosophy to where you observe the natural phenomena and the natural science for what it is, and you make proper conclusions based on repeated observation and experiment, with people, with other people, and that's how you build the foundation of everything, so through observation. You have to be willing to remember yourself, because you did this and I did this. You and I did this. That's why it's the you and I verse. You and I are always versing in different bodies, in different so-called times and spheres of existence. It's like multi-dimensional, multi-layered, etheric, magical experience. And that's the beauty of the now. I'll never get tired of that. Your cup runneth over. That's what that means. That's the interpretation of that in a biblical sense. Because the Bible is really just a code book that was meant to be interpreted by a specific set of people because they created it. And it was a means of securing the ancient knowledge that was all around the world, really, at one point. But now it's monopolized upon and weaponized. And I see people try to use breathwork pranayama like they sell it as a course, and it's like, man, like, to me, like, that's just terrible karma, man. Like, I'm looking at this cat is treading very close to mine. It looks hurt. It's limping. It is hurt. It was close to my garden, and I'm like, I hope it doesn't do a crap over there. But yeah, man. Anyways, I'm gonna end this video. I've said enough. Fuck words. Live in your truth, live in your happiness, and you will manifest that sevenfold, infinity fold. You know what I mean? Be confident in who you are. Love yourself. Love yourself, and you can love other people. I'm gonna make a video one day about like the importance of loving yourself and like why people prioritize and overindulge in other people to their own detriment. Yeah. Peace and centeredness, man. I hope you guys have a wonderful end of the year, a wonderful day, wonderful everything. Like, guidance.